Hey everyone, welcome back to another LEGO review. Today we are taking a look at a set from 2004. This is the Mos Eisley Cantina set. So from 2004, set 4501, with 193 pieces and 5 minifigures, it originally retailed for $30, which I feel like was kind of high for the time, which is probably why I didn't have it. And used nowadays, it's about $163, or brand new in box is $303. So this set overall tends to be one of the more expensive vintage sets, and that is due to the Greedo that we get in this set. This was one that was gifted to me for Christmas by my sister, and so thank you so much. And I'm just so excited to have it. I have almost every Cantina, save that weird one in like 2016. I feel now like I need to pick it up so that I have every single one of them, but we'll see. Anyways, this set I feel like is so cool. It packed so many different things, and like nowadays is just one of those like, wow. The canteen itself, obviously, as you can tell, is very small, but the fact that we get a speeder and a dewback is really neat. So let's go ahead and start with the minifigures first. I'll give you a closer look at those, and then we will go into the set itself. First up, we have Luke Skywalker. He is not new to this set, but it is another version of him. He's all yellow. He has printed legs, which is pretty cool for the time, and no printing on the back. And then we have a Ben Kenobi, and I will say this one is slightly inaccurate. He is supposed to have a brown hip piece, but he is supposed to be also unique to this set, and I'm not 100% sure why, because the other Obi-Wan in the earlier Land Speeder set from 1999 looks to be the same, other than maybe his face is a little bit different. There's some minute thing that makes him different and unique to this set. Maybe it's his eyebrows, I'm not sure, but he's yellow and he's Ben Kenobi and he's pretty cool. Then we have our Sand Trooper, and I do believe this is the first version of the Sand Trooper that we see for LEGO Star Wars, indicated by the pauldron there. And I just love these old Stormtroopers. They look so derpy to me, but pretty cool nonetheless. This pauldron, he's got his backpack, and they used to do yellow heads with these guys. So pretty fun and unique. They've come a long way for sure. Here we have Han Solo. He is unique to this set due to his navy pants, but other than that, he's our smiling smuggler friend. Not a whole lot of detail, other than he does have printing on the leg, which is cool for the time for sure, but he is not the star of the show. Here is our star. It is Greedo. He is the most expensive figure in this set and pretty sought after as a whole. I'm really excited to have him. I have a couple of versions, I think. You might just have one or two. I'd have to compare, but he's really cool nonetheless. I think that the print quality and the design for this for 2004 is stellar, and I think that's why this minifigure still retains value. For one, he had the extremely rare, and still pretty rare today, printing on the sides of the arms. He has a really detailed torso piece, and you can see he even has some dotting, some speckling up on his nose area, some eye shines, and the whole just quality and print and sculpt of his head is still unchanged to this day. And so this was just a slam dunk minifigure. I believe his skin tone is kind of light in this version compared to the other ones, which I will compare on screen here. But I am so stoked to finally have this Greedo. I really wanted the whole Cantina, but the Greedo is like the, you know, creme de la creme of this set. So I'm very excited for that. And let's move on to the other pieces in Mos Eisley's Cantina. We will start with this Land Speeder, and I've got most of the Land Speeder versions, I believe, and this is the only one that has that really unique like pinkish red color that the old battle droids came in. This color is really sought after for those battle droids, but I think as pieces it's sort of meh. Anyways, but it's built, I think that they built these speeders this similar way for like years. I remember my like 2010 speeder being very, very similar in build, but we have the engines, there's one off color, and we have a steering wheel for Luke in there. It's a little off center. A couple of studs and a sideways control panel. No droids, and this does tip up. And I think he should have a chrome lightsaber, but this I feel like was also the time when they started shifting over to that bluish gray color. So anyways, that's the speeder. Very unique coloring because this was not screen accurate at all, but it's very memorable as this strange bluish red, pinkish red comes in this Cantina set. And then we have a dewback. This was our first iteration of the dewback, and it's pretty fun. It's how they used to do these old school animals. just as like one large mold and not a huge amount of detail. He's got eyes there, and you could plug studs into them if you wanted. He has nose holes and a mouth and a place for the stormtrooper to sit. He's got a couple saddlebags and some reins that are on the sides there. He doesn't really have any feet, which is kind of interesting. And then his tail does move up and down. So pretty cool. They really, this reminds me of like an old school Lego dinosaur, and then a mix between like the 2005 Baga set. The legs are very similar, but really cool. Now I think I have all the dewbacks, so I'm excited about that. I love completing little collections within the collection, so that's fun and a cool thing that we just are not going to see again, I don't think. You know, they've come out with the smart brick sets, and we've seen some buildable dewback images, and I just don't think that they're going to make a large molded dewback again, to be honest, at least in like a regular set, something like this that's affordable for most people. Then we have our little cantina. It's a very interesting design, but I really, really like the way they did the detailing. There's not a whole lot here, but I feel like they took their time with it. It looks very awkward from the outside. Like, again, it's just very smooth, but we have these like lines going across, these little balls on top, and it still looks like the cantina to me. So we basically have this fold out door frame so the characters can walk through the door, and then we have like a punch bowl, and that's it. So this moves sideways, I guess, just to give it a little bit of I don't know, play feature. But ultimately, this is going to take place between the Han Solo and Greedo shootout. So there's a cup there, and you can tell that they're kind of placed within their booth. And this is the first iteration of this that we get. And the only thing that's kind of unique is that this can sort of fold up, but I think it is backwards. No, it's just super stiff, that's why. It can fold up and hold a blaster, I believe. I don't have the blaster placed in here. Oops. And that's too far away now. Yeah, I can lift up and hold the blaster, and that's it. I mean, you're going to have a lot of imaginative play going on here, and I definitely think you can. Luke and Obi-Wan can sell the land speeder and walk in and talk to Han Solo, and you have this guy walking in the background. So there's definitely plenty to play with, but it may be a little bit dull in today's standards. The cantina is just maybe a touch lacking, but I feel like it's really made up for with these two extra builds. So maybe $30 in 2004 wasn't too bad, though it would have been over my price range. Nonetheless, I am very excited to finally own this set. I'm so happy. So thank you, Eric, for that, and I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.